Hello, my name is Chris if you didn't already know, and welcome to my show, SmegChris Review. Just want you to know I still will be doing my top 10 films of 2019. I'm just waiting for a certain movie. That movie would be Jay and Silent Bob Reboot. Unfortunately, for some reason, they only showed it in one cinema in Sheffield at one time. And I would have gone to see it, but I needed to go to work. So for some reason they only put them in select cinemas, in select times, and those were nowhere near where I live. But I've been assured that the film will be released on DVD on the 20th of January. So as soon as it's out, I'm going to be buying it, and I'm going to be watching it, and then I can review it. And then potentially add it to my top 10 films. But it got me very, very angry that the fact I couldn't go watch it in my usual cinema at any time I wanted to. What was that all about? Anyway, I did get to watch a film. Can you guess which one? Yep, it's now time for me to review Star Wars: The Rise of Skywalker. Now, I don't know what other people have been saying about it. I don't really care. I'm going to say right from the off that since the original trilogy, this has been my favourite Star Wars movie of them all. So here's the thing, right? I am a big fan of the original trilogy. I grew up watching them. And I know this is a bit controversial, but Return of the Jedi is my favourite one of that trilogy. Hands down. Then came along the prequel trilogy, and I kind of enjoyed the first one, and the second one, and the third one. But the more I've watched them, the more I've hated them. Well, maybe with the exception of the third one. And then came along the new ones, The Force Awakens and The Last Jedi. I enjoyed them, but not as much as I've enjoyed the latest one. But I will start with the fact that the main crawl at the beginning, where it's telling you what's happening, I thought it looked like it had been written by someone from the Sun newspaper. I'm just reading, I'm thinking, has a 10-year-old written that? It was a bit on the ludicrous side. In fact, I actually thought I was watching Spaceballs again. But anyway, the beginning of the film where we see Kylo Ren trying to find the Emperor, I enjoyed that. It was pretty quick, so it got to the gist of the story snappily. I don't know what I'm saying. That was so bad, I think I might keep that. Oh, the improvising life. Ugh. Let me try again. I enjoyed the beginning of the film where we see Kylo Ren trying to find the Emperor. Yes, he's back. I know, spoiler. I'm sure you've seen the trailer. And luckily that introduction went by really quickly. It wasn't drawn out and we didn't dwell on it. It was just da-da-da-da, done. And of course, because the Emperor has spoken to the galaxy, everybody knows that he's, maybe alive. And so that's the story, that the rebels are trying to find out where he is so they can go and destroy him. What I liked about it was that all the main characters this time stuck together, so we got to see them going on these adventures and having all these exploits and action sequences together. And I found myself enjoying that as much as I did the original trilogy. Of course, there was something in the middle of that where Finn says something to Rey, but he doesn't quite finish it. And so I thought, oh, he'll reveal it later on in the film. No, end credits rolled and he'd not finished what he was saying. What? I mean, yeah, the film hinted at what he wanted to say, but he didn't actually come out and say it. And that annoyed me. But anyway, moving on. We get to see some of the original actors come back, including Carrie Fisher, who, as we know, has sadly passed away. Somehow they've managed to get archive footage of her into this film, and it was brilliantly done. But not only do we get to see Leia, we get to see Luke as well. And also we get to see a few of the others, including Lando. Seeing him back in the Millennium Falcon was brilliant. And of course there's a great big space battle at the end, and I just loved it. Oh, and as for the Kylo Ren story, I saw that coming, I think, whilst I was watching The Force Awakens. But if you don't know what I'm talking about, I'm not going to spoil it for you. And talking of spoilers, remember the great big secret that was revealed in The Empire Strikes Back to do with Luke and his father? Well, we finally get to find out who Rey is, and it didn't feel anywhere as big when it was revealed. But to be honest, I never actually guessed that's who she was. So I was mildly surprised. I don't want to really go on too much about the end because I don't want to ruin anything. But one thing that did bother me about the end was I'm used to these big celebrations at the end of Star Wars films. And we didn't get that on this one. In fact, it was more of a quiet affair, a nostalgic quiet affair. And yet, I still liked it. I just wanted a big celebration as well. But they are saying that this is the end of the saga, and I actually found it to be a fitting end. With that being said, overall I give Star Wars: The Rise of Skywalker you know what? I think I need to go see it again. It's that good. And there you go, there's my review of Star Wars Rise of Skywalker. Was it the Rise of Skywalker? Have I been saying the Rise of Skywalker? Is that right? Let me find out. Check my trusty phone and trusty Google. Yeah, it's the Rise of Skywalker. I've been saying it right, I think. So now it's time for me to go. All that's left for me to say is thank you for watching and subscribing if you have, and liking this video if you did. Until the next time, peace out. I thought for the end of this video I'd list my favourite Star Wars film down to my least favourite, and I'm not including any spin-offs because anybody who's watched the Ewok spin-off films, you don't even think they exist. And I've not watched Han Solo or Rogue One, just not that bothered. So okay, so my top one is Return of the Jedi. It's not Star Wars Episode 6 Return of the Jedi, it's Return of the Jedi. I'm old school when it comes to Star Wars. The original film was called Star Wars, not A New Hope. Anyway, I'm going off on a tangent. My second favourite, The Empire Strikes Back, and then Star Wars. Not A New Hope, Star Wars. I'm doing it again. And fourth, The Rise of Skywalker. Like I say, I love the film. And this is where it gets a little sketchy. I think The Force Awakens, Revenge of the Sith, The Last Jedi, the first two are a little bit bad. So which way do I go? Yeah, I'm going to have The Phantom Menace and Attack of the Clones both bottom. Honest to God, I not long ago since watched those two and I was bored out of my skull. But yeah, don't let anyone tell you any different. The first one, the original, is called Star Wars, not A New Hope. Look, I can prove it. Come with me. Look, see, I've got an original poster. See? Star Wars, not A New Hope. Star Wars, The Empire Strikes Back, Return of the Jedi. Star Wars.